Really, guys? Really? What do we got this morning? 1, 2. And how about that grinner there? 3 smelly Florida possums. Yep, that's what we got, guys. There's no end to it. That swamp is a gift that keeps on giving. Alrighty, quickie video today. Just thought I'd show you the catch. See ya. Okay, guys. Let's free willy. Here's the beauty of my traps. See it? Watch this. Boom. Actually, if you turn it completely upside down like this, the door falls open like that. I'm going to turn it sideways because they get behind this door here. There we go. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, guys. There's a wide open door there, idiot. You want to fight me? Get! Oh, look at him. He wants to fight me. Isn't that something? This is about number 200 possum I've set loose over here. Well, my washer's stuck. Leatherman's to the rescue. Well, that was a more difficult one than I usually have. Goodbye. 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 Hickory Farm summer sausage in there, guys. All right, one more to go. These Rural King traps, I like them, guys. Same situation. Watch this. Get! Shame I don't have that guy I used to have. I used to deal with a fella that it was out of Riverview, and he had connections with cancer research. And I was supplying him all the possums, and he was shipping them out of TIA every week. He made a little cage. It was about maybe 3 foot square, and he partitioned off four partitions in it. It was a one-shot cage. He'd make them up and put straw in them. And he had some kind of a some kind of a watering system in there for them, or you just put wet food in there. Yeah, there was some kind of deal, you know, so it wouldn't make a mess. Yeah, he shipped them out every week. And then the dummy got on drugs, and the state was trying to shut him down anyway. They didn't like what he was doing. But what he was doing, they kind of grandfathered him in, because he took the business from another fella that I used to deal with. And this guy was into all kind of zoo animals, monkeys, snakes. I mean, this guy had it going on. But his bread and butter was the possums. And they would all go to the research company, and I have no clue what they paid him, but he was giving me $8 a piece for these possums. But I would save up 20. I didn't want to make the run to Riverview unless I had at least 20 animals. And I had a flatbed truck. I could put all these cages on them, and the cages weren't that big, and they really weren't even legal, because he had to have them in at least a 3 foot high by 3 foot. Oh, it was 4 foot. I think it was 4 foot square for each animal, and 3 foot high. And you had to put straw in them. It had to have wind blocks on them, and this and that, and it was state inspected. And he had a huge lean-to that he had. But I would save 20 at a time and run over to him. And did that for years. And like I said, finally he got, life was too good. I think he got hooked up with Hunter. Yeah, I think he got hooked up with Hunter, and got into the happy powder or something. I don't know, but yeah. Just goes to show you guys, don't do crack, okay? All right, guys. Quickie video, just showing you some of the stuff I do every day. All right, later. See ya. All right, guys. Miss Stacy's watching some more Matt Dillon in there, Gunsmoke, so I had to get on out of there again. Jesus criminies, I had to get back in the shop here. I'm going to be setting some snares for coyotes and wild pigs. And I saw something online I thought was very cool. I've never seen this setup before, but I'm duplicating it. Maybe you've seen it out there. So it's not my idea, I stole it. But anyway, I'm always stealing stuff anyway. So are you guys. Come on, be honest. You guys are always stealing stuff. Anyway, I went to Lowe's and I got this roll. It's pricey. It's about $44. But my God, you can get, here's my snare support here. We'll go over that in a second. But if you take, what I'm going to do here, just one loop of this wire will make this support. I'm going to go down, I don't have any hose clamps, I'm going to go down and get some hose clamps and put 2 hose clamps, one here, a little bit apart, and crank them down tight. Some wires are tight. I'm going to take my fine-tooth hacksaw here. I just got a fine-tooth hacksaw here. I'm getting all wrapped up in my work here, guys. It's fine-tooth hacksaw, and I'm going to cut that wire. That'll give me about 20. I think there's about 20 of those loops I'll get. One loop will create this deal here. Now look at this contraption, guys. Look at this space alien thing. I ordered more for my steel traps, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to use them. What I'm rigging up here is legal, okay? In Florida, I can snare and box trap, live trap. Now, why the State Department thinks that snares are nicer than a steel trap is beyond me. I think what's happened, they got the mindset. If you get I bought 2 traps and they're not offset, jaws on them, steel traps. But they make the offset jaws, and all that is a little space. When those jaws slam shut, there's a little space in there. The old style, they slam tight like this. Well, guess what happens when you do that? You cut off circulation in that animal's foot, okay? That limb is going to get lost, all right? If you leave a coon in there long, he will literally chew his foot off and pull and leave. I have actually caught in Michigan. I caught a coon one time. I thought it was a badger. I was coming up on us. I had a fox set. Well, I set it for fox, and I was out there on the edge of a cornfield right next to the woods. And I'm going out to check my trap, and I look out there, and I see this animal. He's really low, and I said, man, I got a badger in that thing. So I'm coming up on it. It was a coon. When I got close to him, he just stood right up and looked at me. Well, I pulled out my handgun and put him down, and then I'm pulling him out of the trap. It was a big old boar coon. Pulling him out of the trap, and I caught him, guys, on his only good foot. The back foot, one of them was, he lost his entire foot. It was just a rounded off nub. There's no telling how long this coon had been going. On the other one, it cut off all of his toes. He lost all of his toes. So he had a partial foot in the back. On the other foot in the front, he had only one finger. That whole side was cut off, gone. And I caught him on his only good foot. He was having a bad day, guys. Anyway, I guess his luck ran out. Something like maybe what? Hunter? I gotta stop thinking of hunter, okay? I gotta stop it. Anyway, I think that's what they're thinking, that you're gonna catch a dog, a neighbor's dog, and it's gonna lose his foot. If you catch him in offset jaws, he's not gonna lose his foot. Guys are out there catching coyotes and fox for the live market. Believe it or not, there's a live market for these critters. They're taking them, and they take them to a high fence location, and they dump them. And it's a huge area. I guess guys are into this. I wouldn't be into it. I mean, I was a hound man. I wouldn't be. I guess they use it for training and stuff. I guess that's cool. But for their greyhounds and whatnot. But and they have a high fence area where they turn these animals loose, and they're paid. They live trap them, but they're using the offset steel trap. So, I don't know what the big yank is with the state of Florida, the FWC. Once a law gets in place, guys, even if it's dumb as hell, it doesn't matter. Once a law gets in place, it just stays. It just stays there forever. Nobody throws any common sense at nothing anymore. Okay? So, if they're afraid of the jaws, taking off a dog's foot and this and that, go to an offset jaw. That's all you got to do. Piece of cake. He'll sit in there and howl anyway. Somebody's going to come over and find him and get him out of that freaking steel trap. And he won't lose his foot. And because that's the best tool to use, really. Steel traps are the best tool to use. But right now, we're restricted to snares and live traps. I'm going to still work on, I think I'm going to get that steel trapping permit anyway for my house. I don't know about this other fella's place. He probably is going to just say, no, I'm not doing that. I don't want all that. That's too much information. But here it is. Here's the rig. These are called super stakes. And this has got, these super stakes have two eyelets on them. They make another one that only has one of these. What happens here with this contraption? Let me show you over here. What happens? I've got a heat-tempered driver. All it is about a 24-inch. It's heat-treated driver, piece of steel. It's got a special end on it that goes in here. It's a hard case shaft, and you beat that thing into the ground. You beat that thing into the ground with about a 3 to 4 pound hammer. Okay. So this thing's going to go in the ground. It's going to go in the ground. This bullet point's going to be looking down, right? And it's going to go in. Now this cable, as I'm driving it in, is going to come up here. This is the retrieval cable for that. That's kind of cool on these. The old style that don't have, the other style that doesn't have this, just has one hole here. You got a lifter. It's about 48-inch puller. It's a trap stake puller, they call it, and it hooks on. It hooks on to the chain, and you literally pull it out of the ground with it this way. Once you put this, drive this in the ground like this, and you give this a tug, this thing here flips horizontally. It flips horizontally in the dirt, and it's stuck in there. You're not going to pull this out. It's got to come out with brute force. And when an animal's jerking on this thing, he's jerking this way, not up, okay? Now, if you caught a bear on this thing, he's able to come over and pull straight up and jerk this thing out of the ground. Yeah, maybe. But you're not going to go for bear with this, and I'm not going to go for pigs with it. These pigs are powerful. But this is going to handle yotes, coyotes, coons. This will work for them. All right, so here's what I did. I just cut one loop off. I came up here and I measured 14 inches from this end to here. I put a little magic marker, see? All right, then I came and I went down and bent these two pieces, brought this other end up. I got two pieces dangling here, see? So I got that mark, and then I brought the two loops up to here, and then I just took my hand and went down like this till I got to that point. Then I took my super stake and slid it on down. Then I put two washers on here. Now I got to get some different washers. This one here is not, you see, that's no good. That's no good. But this one here would work. It's a 3/8 washer, especially when you smash them, it widens out. But for added stuff, I put a bigger one on. I had this heavy duty washer in my pile of stuff there, and so I just slid the two together. Now what's going to happen is you're going to drive this thing into the ground. This of course is going to be up. This gets drove in the ground too. These stay on top of the ground right here. And on the end of your coyote anchors, you've got a adjustable loop that slides over this whole thing and goes under here. That's going to be securing that coyote right here, and this is going to be ground level. These two come ground level, so all this material here is going underground, and then this sticks up, and you put your snare on this. Now you can put this off the side of the trail. Say the center of that 2x8 is your center of your trail. You put this thing down over here off the side. Now it's over here in the weeds off the way. The critters can't see it. They won't be alarmed with this. And on your snares, you got what they call a whammy. A whammy is either metal or it's a vinyl tubing. And that tubing is slid over your snare wire. And then that tubing slides on here, and you can adjust that thing back and forth. And then this thing here, you can bend up and down. You can bend this up and down to get it in the center of your trail. And for coyotes, usually 10 inches in circle on your snare, and 10 inches from the bottom of your snare to the ground, and that's just about perfect. So that loop right there is perfect size to build these. That's it, guys. You have to use 8-inch ferrules for 1/8-inch cable, and I've got quite a few. I can build quite a few of these, and it's not a bad idea to throw a swivel couple swivels in on your snares. Now for wild pigs, what I'll do is put this in the ground and on a pig trail, but I'll put it by a tree. I'll usually have about 10 foot of extra cable, and I'll use 1/8 cable on them. On my coyote snares, it'll be 3/32 cable, which is looking about like this cable right here. I think that's 3/32. So that's what I'll do. 1/8 cable on the pigs. Now it's possible a pig could come down this lane and get in this thing, yes. But if he does, I think I can hold him. I think this will hold him, to be honest with you, because he's going to be tugging right here, not straight up. It should be able to hold him. And if you catch him around the neck, he's going to choke him out with a... It usually chokes him out, but every hog I've caught, they have not been choked out. These are very tough animals. So anyway, I thought I'd show you that. We'll be playing with this in the field also, so you can see it exactly how that goes in. So stay tuned for that action, and I will touch base with you later. See ya. Okay, guys, I forgot to tell you how I got that thing wound up. This 9-gauge wire is some tough stuff. So what I did, I took a 1/2-inch drill, and I just had a, I don't know, what is that, 3/8 rod, and I bent a hook in it. It was a carriage bolt. I just cut the head off the carriage bolt and put a little loop in that thing. And another little thing to do to get the human scent off of these things, so you're not spooking game, I don't have a pot big enough to put these in, right? Now granted, you can set them out on the fence line, whatever, for a week or so. But what you can do to get the human scent off of this stuff is, if you've got any 4x4s laying around, throw down a couple of 4x4s and stick something on the end and then take one of these blue tarps and throw over it. Fill that trough with water enough to cover these. Just you're making a big easy tub, and fill it up to where your water's up hot, plenty high enough, and then take a box of baking soda and put in there on these for a few days. Just sprinkle baking soda in there and drop these in. Let them soak for a few days. It'll turn these things, this is gray colored anyway, but it'll put a little more patina on it, and it'll blend right in with the wilderness. Okay, quickie tip on that. Cover up your scent. See ya.